We'll turn the time over to Leslie Trosper for our table topics. Leslie Trosper.
Thank you. Okay, we have Thanksgiving coming up this week, and so I thought that the appropriate thing to do would be to talk about things we're grateful for. But no, I'm not going to. We always talk about things thankful for. Thanks. I want you to talk about giving. So I have some quotes about giving. And I'm going to have you take the quote and apply it to your life in whatever way you choose to do it. Okay? So how about Michael?
I am an evaluator.
I know.
But we
It's
love you.
okay. We love you. It's been a while since we've heard from you.
Good writings. Writings.
You can keep it.
I remember when I was like teenager or young, my brother had just gotten married. Now I don't know if you're the youngest child, but when you're single and a little kid, marriage is this far off, confusing thing. And I remember my brother saying, yeah, my wife, we just got married and we had my wife one day, I just saw her, she was walking out the door with a toaster. And I'm like, what are you doing? She says, I'm going to give it to the neighbors. They need a toaster. And my brother thought it was weird, marrying somebody who's giving away all their wedding gifts. And I'm like, why do women do such weird things like giving away stuff? And in my perspective, that was odd, because I never in my life just walked out the door with a toaster. But I've learned something now that I'm married, not about marriage, but about giving. Because I love trees, and I have peaches and apples. And my favorite thing to do every fall is take my toaster, my apples, and give them to the neighbors. And my toaster, my peaches, and give them to everybody. Because when something is so good and so precious, it's not enough to keep it for yourself. The better it tastes, the more you want everybody else to taste it too. And that's the lesson that I learned from growing up to now, is that giving doesn't mean giving nothing or the least. It means giving your best. As Doris Day said, the best things to do with the best things in life is to give them away.
Okay, Julie.
Blink. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. I make a living by what I get, but what I do for a living is giving. So I do both. I help people and I get paid for it. It's kind of an interesting thing. I will never be rich. You know why? Because every time I get blessed with a big amount of money, I have a bad habit of giving it away. I don't save like I should, even though I'm a financial planner. I figure my riches are in my friends and family. And every time something good happens to me, I like to share whatever it is with those around me. Even with my book, I have had a really incredible experience finding out I've got this disease and getting treated, and then finding my family and writing a book about it. I've spent way more money writing the book than I'll ever get out of the book. And I'm okay with that, because I'm excited to give the book away and then just inspire other people to do whatever it is that they're life purpose is. And that's, I make a living because I have to, but I have a life because I give it away.
I think we can definitely see that she did answer the question. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we get. So that's really good. Do we have time to do another one, or do we?
We have 2 evaluators, so.
Okay. Carolyn, I know you're evaluating too.
The quote that I am going to share today is by Maya Angelou. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. As you know, I have a large family. One of the things that I've observed over the years in this family is when I ask one of my kids to do something, and I've had to train them to say, "Yes, Mom, I would be happy to." Generally, their response is, "Let's see, I really have to go somewhere. I really don't want to do that. Who else could I have do that? And I really, really don't want to do that." It's not an experience of, "I think this would be a great idea to help." In fact, recently, with so many adult children living at my house, we're having this issue that people will eat something and then just put all their dishes in the sink, hoping that magically they will disappear. We had a discussion the other day because one of my boys would take a picture, send it out to everyone in the family and say, "Okay, what's this all about?" This wouldn't be happening if each person was doing their part. In my mind, in his mind, he was thinking, those people who have taken not followed through with the plan are responsible for picking up and cleaning these dishes. However, once that mountain gets fairly high in the kitchen, everyone is saying, "Well, they aren't all my dishes." Whereas in fact, I have found that sometimes it's just nice to just take care of the problem and not worry about exactly whose problem, who caused the problem, but just have a feeling of generosity, of just combining efforts and just taking care of it. And in that way, everyone's blessed. There's no feeling of, well, he didn't do it, and the animosity of some person in the family not taking care of their responsibility, but just to serve out of the love of those that we get to live with.
Jennifer, would you like to try it?
Nope, we're out of time.
Oh,
No, we're good.
Okay.
Do one more?
saved
We're
by the
good.
bell.
We can do
We're
one more.
good? Do one more? Jennifer, want to do it?
Not safe.
Okay.
You were almost safe.
Not safe.
Saved by the
President.
bell.
The executioner.
The cab said, okay,
Thanksgiving week. Time Nazi can take a rest.
This quote is by Mother Teresa, and it's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. This quote reminds me of when I was very young. My family didn't have a lot of money. My parents were divorced, but my grandfather was a very loving and giving man. In fact, we would often go to their home, my grandparents' home, and he would offer to give us money, these little kids. My mom refused to have him give us money unless we worked for it. So I remember one day, I was 5 or 6, and I swept my grandmother's kitchen floor. And about 30 minutes later, my grandfather walked up and gave me a $20 bill.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "Can I sweep another floor?" even though this quote relates to, it's not so much as far as relating to the amount that is given, even though $20 was a lot of money for a 5-year-old, there was a lot of love that was given along with that $20 bill. And now that I'm an aunt of 11 nieces and nephews, when my nieces and nephews come over and they sweep my floor, I give them $20.